Welcome back to Legalese 123, where we are covering cases across America. Hello and welcome back to Legalese 123. I'm your host, Missy K. We are coming back to you covering the Brian Walshe trial, day 1. Now we're getting into testimony. So remember, the prosecution goes first. The prosecution has to lay out their case. So we're going to go bit by bit and what's going to come into the trial. You, as the juror of fact, you're looking at this evidence to determine whether or not you think Brian Walshe is guilty. But you need to reserve your thoughts and your opinions until the case is ended, right? You need to wait until the defense presents their case to see whether or not the evidence that was presented by the prosecution is solid or whether the defense has given you reasonable doubt. So here we go. We're going to go back into the prosecution's going to begin their case in chief, is what it's called. And we're going to take a look and listen to see who's coming up next. I will go ahead and take my trusty notes and we'll go through this and see what comes about. You have questions, I have questions. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content because we're going every day with this trial. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you have questions? We all do. Let's continue. Well, let's see if we can move this along.
Court back in session. You may be seated.
Here we go.
So, jurors, now we're going to start the evidence in the case. The Commonwealth may call its first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. With the court's permission, the Commonwealth would call Harrison Schmidt.
Okay, Harrison Schmidt. Who is this and what do they have to say?
Sir, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you should give in the cause now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You can be seated.
Step right in there. Slide this. Thank you.
And you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, could you state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Harrison Schmidt, Schmidt.
And sir, I'm going to ask if you can keep that microphone a little bit closer to you so it will help amplify. Now, sir, where do you work?
Cohasset Police Department,
And what is your rank at the Cohasset Police Department?
Sergeant.
And how long have you been with the Cohasset Police Department?
Full-time since 2012.
And how long have you been a sergeant?
Since January 2023.
Before January of 2023, what was your rank within the police department?
Detective.
And how long have you been a detective?
Since 2014.
And what were your responsibilities in January of 2023?
General investigations.
In addition to doing general investigations as a detective, did you have additional responsibilities with the Cohasset Police Department?
Yes. The lead firearms instructor, taser instructor, certified to certify officers to become firearm instructors, use of force for the department, and active shooter.
Now, in addition to the Cohasset Police Department, do you work with any other law enforcement organizations?
Yes.
Which one, sir?
The Metropolitan Law Enforcement Council.
Can you tell us what that is?
It's MetroLEC. It's a consortium of police departments that come together with mutual aid to share resources and personnel to create specialized teams.
How many police departments are a member of MetroLEC?
About 50
And how long have you been a member of MetroLEC?
since 2015.
And what is your responsibilities within MetroLEC?
I'm on the SWAT team, and I'm the lead firearms instructor for the SWAT team.
And does MetroLEC have a search and rescue team?
They do.
Can you tell us about the SWAT team's interplay with search and rescue?
The Metro SAR team, search and rescue, if they need physical searchers, they will pull from the SWAT pool.
Here really quickly. Sometimes the initial testimony of these witnesses are laying what's called a foundation. Who are you? What's your rank? How long have you been a person in this department, etc.? It's laying down the foundation because you have to know how expert is this expertise, right person? And this person, obviously, Cohasset Police Department, he was the one that was probably first ones contacted, etc. So he has to lay the foundation of who he is, what his experience is, what his resume or CV is, so that he can testify on the stand as to what he saw and what his inferences, beliefs, etc. were. So just wanted to give you that sort of insight. Here we go.
Now, as a result of working with Metrolec and Cohasset Police Department, how many fatal investigations have you been involved in?
Dozens.
And how many missing person cases have you been involved in?
Between both, about a dozen.
And sir, with your missing person cases, have you been able to recover each individual?
No.
What are some of the reasons why not?
Medical issues, exposure to the elements, suicide.
Now, are you familiar with the investigation into the disappearance of Anna Walsh?
Yes.
How are you familiar with that investigation, sir?
I'm the lead investigator.
And when did you become involved in that investigation, sir?
January 4th, 2023.
And about what time on January 4th did you become involved?
I was notified on my way back from SWAT training by a supervisor that there was a missing persons investigation beginning in patrol. So I was requested to respond and assist.
And so about what time of day do you think that may have been?
I went to the police station about 4:00 p.m.
Now, sir, when you went to the police station, what did you do to begin your investigation?
I coordinated with the patrol officers that initially responded to investigate.
Yes.
I reviewed their reports. I conducted queries in law enforcement databases to get background information.
And after doing all of these activities, did you have the opportunity to do anything else to further your investigation that afternoon or evening?
Yes.
What did you do?
I went to Mr. Walsh's home and interviewed him.
Now, where is Mr. Walsh's home?
516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway.
And can you tell us about that street? First off, I take it's in Cohasset.
Yes.
And does that street go by any other designation?
CJC Highway or Route 3A.
And so as it being Route 3A, is it a busy street or is it like kind of a smaller side street?
It is 2 lanes divided by a double yellow line, main thoroughfare through town.
And about what time did you go to 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway?
About 6:30 p.m.
And who went with you?
Officer Lawrence.
And why did you bring Officer Lawrence?
He was the initial patrol responding officer.
And so that night when you got to the Walsh residence, can you tell us what happened when you arrived?
I was greeted by Mr. Walsh.
Okay. And when you were greeted by Mr. Walsh, who else was home at this point in time?
His 3 children.
And what were the children doing?
They were eating McDonald's.
And whereabouts?
In the kitchen, there's a kitchen island that they were seated at.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, the Commonwealth would seek to what's been marked as Exhibit 1, a photograph with the file number SLD 7068.
Any objection to that?
No objection.
Ms. Gilman?
Marked in a minute as Exhibit 1.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do we want to move them all in? Are there
There's no objection.
objections to this group? I just want to be as efficient as possible. You want to move them all in?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, how many are there?
52, Your Honor?
Okay, and do you have an index of what their designation is, or can you get that to the court so that we have a record of that?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll give that to the court at the lunch.
All right, so any objections? I know you've, and by the way, jurors, before a case starts, the parties work together collaboratively to see what evidence they can agree to and what they can't.
Wow. That sure is a nice house, right? I told you it was in an affluent area in Massachusetts. So we're going to get to see where they lived. It's a very nice house. Let's continue.
Limit the rulings, and they've agreed that these 52 photos are fair and accurate representations of what they report, and so the defense is agreeing that those 52 photos offered by the Commonwealth are now marked and admitted into evidence. They will be marked by the appropriate court staff as 1-252.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No in evidence. Thank you.
Now, sir, looking at Exhibit 1, can you tell us what we're looking at? Oh, well, you were going to have a tough time looking at the back. And if I could, sir, I'm going to ask that you could put that as close to the judge's bench as possible.
Oh, sorry.
So it's not blocking any view of you.
Sure, sorry.
Thank you. Sir, can you see it?
Yes.
Excellent. What are we looking at?
This is the front of the residence at 516 CJC Highway.
Thank you. Now, Ms. Gilman, if we could have Exhibit 2, file number SLD 7067. What is this we're looking at, sir?
Still the front of the house, focusing on the right front corner.
And at that right front corner, are there any other entrances or egresses to the house?
Yes, there's a side door recessed on that little 3-step porch.
When you went to the house that night, which door did you go to?
That door.
And perhaps now's a good time for me to ask you, can you tell me how this house is situated from the street at Chief Justice Cushing Highway?
It's set back a long driveway. In front is another house and a used auto car dealership. It's in a wooded area.
And that's what's around the house, is the wooded area?
Correct.
Ms. Gilman, could we have Exhibit 3, file number 7175? Sir, what part of the house was this?
This is the kitchen.
And when you got to the home that evening, where were the children?
In those island bar seats.
Now,
Kind of a small
you get to
kitchen.
the house. What is it that you do with Mr. Walsh that evening?
We sat at the dining room table and conducted an interview.
And do you see Mr. Walsh here today?
I do.
Could you identify him for the court, please?
The gentleman seated over there, blue shirt, blue suit, white shirt.
Your Honor, if the record may reflect the witnesses identified the defendant.
The record will so reflect.
Now, sir, where did the conversation with Mr. Walsh take place?
The dining room.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 4, the 7178? So
Oh, that's
what is
cute.
it that we're looking at here?
This is the dining room.
And where was Mr. Walsh when you had your conversation with him?
Seated in that front right corner towards the camera.
And where were you seated?
The far seat, the seat that has that black jacket on the back of it,
Where was Officer Lorenz?
on the window bench.
And where were the children while this interview took place?
They were in and out of the room.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 5, 7177? Sir, what are we looking at here?
This is the area in between the dining room table and that kitchen island.
Like a buffet.
And Ms. Gilman, can we have the next exhibit, Exhibit 6, 7131? I'm sorry.
Well, this is a
7124.
rental house, so I don't know if the
Apologies.
furniture is theirs.
And sir, what is this again?
This is a closer view of that buffet table.
Yeah, buffet.
In
And
the
then
dining
when
room.
you were there that night, what was in the house as far as pets?
A dog.
Ms. Gilman, can we have 7131, which I believe is Exhibit now 7? Sir, where is this in the home?
Oh, they have a
If
German
you go in that
Shepherd.
side door, you're in a hallway.
Oh.
If you take a right, there's a sunken in family room.
And is that dog the
kitty.
one that was home that night?
Yes, Hans.
Any difficulties with the dog that night when you were talking to Mr. Walsh?
No.
The
And
dog's name
where
is
was the
Hans?
dog that night when you spoke with Mr. Walsh?
In that crate.
Your Honor, at this point in time, the Commonwealth would seek to play the interview of January 4th. I have not marked this in the exhibit yet, but I have it on.
Ooh, interviews.
All
And
right.
this is new evidence.
Subject
I haven't heard this yet.
to the objections that have been preserved. Any other objections?
No, you're,
All right, so this will be, are you offering it?
I'm offering to have this marked as the exhibit. And
All
Ms.
right.
Gilman will be able to play it.
It'll be marked and admitted now into evidence as Exhibit 53.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now remember, this is January 4th, I believe, in and around 4 p.m. Hopefully they'll reconfirm that time.
Now, Exhibit 53, you've had the opportunity to review that, correct?
Yes,
And does that fairly and accurately reflect the conversation you had with Mr. Walshe that night?
it does.
Thank you. At this point in time, Ms. Gilman, I'd ask if you could press play on Exhibit 53, the interview from January 4th.
Miss Gilman is the hardest working lady in the courtroom, can't you see? She's talking into her little cup there, doing the court reporting. She's labeling exhibits and just putting things into evidence. Super, super busy lady.
Present is Officer Lawrence and Sir Brian.
Yeah, Brian
Yeah.
Walshe.
Brian Walshe, okay. Brian, what's your date of birth?
Hey, can we see it? Come on. And we can't hear it. Let's
We're at
go.
your home, 516 CJC Highway.
Yes, it's right by White House.
Perfect. So could you do me a favor? I know you've explained a lot of this today. Could you just do me a favor and just start at the
Is it
beginning?
just
So,
audio only, no
I
visual?
understand your wife, Anna, she travels a lot for work.
Oh my God, you can't hear this.
For this great new job she got, and we're to follow up shortly, but it's
Oh, shoot.
getting longer.
Awesome. So, starting, most recently, she was at work.
One second.
Yep.
That's okay. If you can please let me finish this, and I'll get you what you need, please.
Oh, you can't hear it. Sorry. I can barely hear it with my earphones in.
Okay. 1
So
second.
do whatever, we're on your turf, so do whatever you need.
Honest, you guys behave, and you. All right, yes, go ahead.
So, most recently, so Anna, it's my understanding that Anna came home on, was it Friday?
Friday morning she arrived, yes.
Friday morning she came home, okay. And she flew from DC to.
Yes, I can show you she sent me that information.
Sure, I would love to.
You know, you can look up, you can look through all of them, but that was the last one she sent me.
This is,
That's,
word text.
no, she texted me so I would know when she was
Okay.
coming in. I'd ask.
So this is your text.
Yeah, my text chain was on it, so you can look, you can take a look at that, whatever you want to do with that.
All right, so it looks like on last Thursday at 7:36 p.m., there's a screenshot of the JetBlue app, and it's a travel itinerary. It's a flight B6254, dated December 30th, from DCA, Terminal 2, the C28, to Boston, Terminal C, the C33. So it departs at 6:30 a.m. Arrives at Boston 7:57 a.m. And then do you mind if I just look at?
Please look at anything that's gonna help you, please look at anything. She sent me some, she had a day with Thomas, and she sent me some videos of that, and then you'll get into the area where I start texting them to me. And if you wanna look at it, there's probably a year's worth of text there. If any of that is supportive, please.
Sure. No, I'm not looking to pry. I'm just really.
I'm open,
Okay.
trust me, that's,
No, I appreciate it. So, Friday around 6:01 a.m., you text flight on time.
right.
She responds amongst other things, yes, boarding now.
He said he's open to them looking at things, saying that he's trusting.
So, okay, Friday, 7:59 a.m., landed. And then it looks like, Friday.
They're going through her JetBlue
12:07
app
p.m.,
to see
photos of Anna and.
when she was flying.
Thomas.
Yeah.
6 years old, my man.
The kids are coming in and out. It's hard to hear.
More photos Friday evening. Did you take these photos?
I took that photo most likely.
You took these and sent them to Hannah?
She usually would just send them to herself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so
She would take my phone and send them to herself.
Okay,
The ones that she liked.
very good.
Okay, I know it's exciting for you guys.
Something about photos that were
So
taken.
that was a
That she
series of
sent.
7 photos sent Friday at 6:33 p.m. And Anna sent this group of photos?
I
7
believe so,
photos.
yeah. So I took the photos, a lot of times I take the photos and she takes my phone and sends them to herself.
Okay. Monday, 2:33 p.m. A text from you.
She
to
sends them
Anna.
to herself off of his phone.
Monday, 7:18 p.m. Another text. Yesterday, bring a text. 6:39 a.m. Continuing to 8:30 a.m.
Usually she's be back in touch with me at this point.
Talking about text back and
What's
forth.
Viber? Calling you in Viber now?
Viber is what her sister uses. That's how it's like a WhatsApp or something.
Oh, okay.
So Viber is from a long time ago. She would use that to communicate with Europe and stuff like that. So when her SIM card died last week, she called me on Viber. So I thought I'd call Viber.
Okay.
Sister uses it. So I tried every sort of situation I could to get in touch
Okay.
before blowing the whistle or ringing the bell or whatever.
Sure. Did the SIM card issue ever get resolved?
I believe so. Her phone was working when she came here.
Okay. It's my understanding that it's a company phone.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So
And it's on Verizon, if you know.
no, so we're on Verizon. I don't know what the company is on, but I know that she was part of she was part of our family plan, and then she just ported the phone over.
She brought the number over to their system.
Well, she took the phone over.
Okay.
So like that was canceled and moved over.
Okay.
But I think she took the number as well because we didn't change numbers.
Right. Okay. So she.
Okay, so they're going through the apps, the communication apps that he uses to try to communicate with her. Because remember, he can't, she's missing, right? Viber was an app that he said that she used with her sister, and that he said that Anna's SIM card wasn't working, and that by the time she had gotten home, it had been resolved. And so now they're asking whether or not the phone belongs to her company, which is Tishman Speyer. It is, but she took the cell phone number that she had on their family plan and put it over to the Tishman Speyer, transferred over that number. So let's continue. It's hard to hear. I'm sorry, I can't gain this up any further. This is the best. I'll do my best to relay to you.
Took the family plan number
And the phone.
to work, and then work to start paying for it.
Yeah, basically,
Okay.
yeah.
Excellent.
I guess they call it porting it over.
Or, yep, when one carrier picks up the other carrier.
Yeah, but I think they don't use Verizon.
Okay.
T-Mobile.
Okay. Okay, so she flies in, I see the text around 7 a.m. How does she get from the airport to home?
Yeah, she always Uber or Lyft.
That's Uber, Lyft,
Yeah,
okay,
and Uber was one of the two.
okay. And then, so she gets dropped off here?
Usually they drop her off further down because no one can find the place, so,
Okay.
but that's pretty much.
Sure. So,
That's why I was in contact, when she's arriving, there's more contact than when she's going to DC, normally she's off pretty quick. Yeah,
work,
right, so
right.
so if it had just been reversed, it would have been a totally different situation, but I heard from her, I wouldn't know what's going on now.
Sure.
She's supposed to be here, so.
Sure. Okay, so she comes home Friday morning.
Yes.
Do you guys do anything together, or what are you doing?
Yeah, so
Run me through the weekend if you don't mind.
yeah, with pleasure. I had some when she was running late, so I took William and Brian to kinder care, so where they with daycare, so I picked them up from.
Yep.
And Thomas was off, so I said, would you like to have a day with Thomas? I'm just gonna go, okay, Thomas. I just am gonna do a few errands that I've already scheduled for. And then she was having a good time, and then I came back, and then we spent rest of the day with the evening with the kids, and then we hung out.
Okay.
She was a bit tired when she came. She wasn't feeling well. Okay, guys. Okay, and so Saturday was December 31st. She went to work out in the morning, and
What's the gym?
yeah, it's bar method.
Bar method?
Yeah.
Okay.
She went to Glossy Nails to have her nails done for the new year.
Is that also in Hingham?
I believe so, yes.
Go back to Friday. Do you guys just hang in the house? Or did
Yes,
you,
that's it,
you
yeah.
didn't go,
No, we didn't go
dinner
outside.
or lunch or
No,
anything?
we were just in the house.
So she was here, you were in some errands,
Yeah,
and then you just went to the house.
yeah, then with the kids, doing that.
All right. So then she hits farm out to Hingham for the gym in the morning,
Yes.
Saturday,
Yeah.
and then glossy nails.
Yes, because that was the last time I used my phone to say, they're okay.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, I just decided to get my nails done. I was like, okay, great. Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh. and then she said, then she came over and she said, hey, I'm going to take the kids. I give you a break. I'm going to take the kids to a place in Canton, the Wonderland over there. It's an indoor play. Okay. And then my son took my phone up to his room. Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna do it.
I got it. Oh, thank you. Okay. Thomas, can you make a movie? Can you organize a movie for your brothers? Thank you so much. This guy's mesmerized by you. What happened was, I was like, that would be great, so I get ready, because we're making dinner for her former boss, Jen.
Okay.
So she hadn't seen him face to face for a while, so I said, I got some time alone to prepare dinner, get everything together, and she took the Jim. Yeah. A lot of people call him Jim. He's been on the phone with me 5 times today as well. So he came over, and then we had
Dinner here?
yeah, we had dinner here. Yeah, we had dinner here. We celebrated the New Year, and then signed the bottle. She signed 23 being the best year ever, and then I'm working on it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go. Okay. Okay. See, that's how it happens. At that time, I didn't have access to my phone. Okay. So, sorry, he does that a lot. I apologize. He's not.
The kids had the phone, right?
Yeah. So William, the excited one, took it up to the room. I didn't know it was there, but I knew it was going to turn up. We have a lot of worry that it's going to be thrown out. And he had thrown out my wife's phone apparently a while ago. That's the age of the kids, but they have a tendency to throw stuff away. So then she's on the phone a lot, or texting with work, and she mentioned with Jem that she was worried about work and things like that.
Okay.
And I was like, all right. She was scheduled to leave Tuesday morning early. And then she said that there was an emergency at work, one of the buildings, and that she had to leave early in the morning. Sunday morning. And I was like, okay, normally I would have been like, that's ridiculous, but she worked up until 7 p.m. on December 24th in another building in DC.
Okay.
So I thought, all right, this is, we're going to be together soon enough as a family. It's fine. We made this decision together. So,
Do you know what kind of issue arose?
she didn't explain it to me.
Some kind of.
But there was one of the buildings had a bunch of leaks. Another building, the FBI raided at one point. Another building, there was a disgruntled tenant. And so she was dealing with all of that. She's the regional manager there. So.
Okay, I want to pause there for just a quick second. He's talking about an FBI raid. Now, I know a little bit about this. You don't, so I'm going to give you just a small snippet. There were some people living in this building. She is the manager of like this high-rise building in Washington, D.C. And her job was to manage the tenants. And there were some tenants, I guess, in the building who were suspicious characters who were trying to either work with the FBI or trying to get into the FBI or the CIA or something like that. And they were like, how do I describe it? They were trying to bribe people within the organization to get secrets and stuff. So the FBI raided her building. I can pull up some stuff and kind of give you that, but just want to give you a small tidbit about that. Let's continue.
I didn't know, because, I didn't want, I was like, all right, well, whatever has to be done. Then she said, hey, I'm gonna have time off for Martin Luther King Day. I can be here for 4, maybe 5 days. And I was like, well, that's great. That's great news. And, then, so then, she only brings her, bag. Her carry bag is normally a Louis Vuitton bag.
Okay.
And she didn't bring, she just brings a little bit of stuff. She's got a bunch of stuff all over this place. Or she just goes and buys it. And then, what happened? Yeah, then she woke me up, around 6 and said she was going. She came down, I guess Thomas heard her and came down and she said, I have to go. And he said, I love you very much. And she said, I love you very much. And then he said that she left, he got in a taxi, but I don't think he saw it because it was further down. If you want to talk to him, but he said it was a taxi. And I was like, he described the car. He's like, well, I really didn't see it, Dad. So I was like, okay. So he was coming down to get, I think,
Maybe Anna said taxi.
maybe she's my driver, like, but I know that she was not driving. There's no way she was driving a vehicle. There's like zero possibility of that.
Okay. When was she originally scheduled to fly back?
Well, it was Tuesday at probably 8:30, either the early flight that she takes. But what was I going to say? I never got the confirmation for that.
Okay.
But she usually just sends me her arrival because that's the most important for us once she's with the kids and everything and scheduling.
Right.
So.
Okay. Does she particularly travel on JetBlue?
Yeah, she got a JetBlue credit card.
Okay.
That gave her 80,000 points, and she doesn't like getting new credit cards, but she was like, well, we're doing this a lot. So she had got that. I had no access to that. She just got it, but she also started to use it more because she needed to spend a certain amount of money to get the points. So that changed our whole dynamic over the last month.
Yep, that makes sense. So, she's been flying JetBlue lately. Is it a particular airport that she's going to as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's JetBlue or American Airlines. American Airlines is second.
Okay.
This is Jim. You guys don't want to talk to him, do you?
Not yet, yeah. That's a focus.
Yeah,
On that,
gotcha. So JetBlue number 1, American Airlines number 2. That's all I know. I don't think she ever took anything else. And someone said maybe she took a connecting flight. She never took a connecting flight. Even once in the summer where they had the thunderstorms and she spent 8 hours at the airport. She didn't even consider, she was like, well, I just go get stuck somewhere. It's not DC or Boston. So that's no good. So I don't think that happened at all. I can't imagine that. And then it was always DCA and it was always Logan. It was never, she never went to a national or anything like that.
Okay. So what, you heard this from William as to the whole taxi mention?
Thomas, this is my
Oh, sorry,
6-year-old, yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah, William doesn't have it.
Yeah, well, that was time.
Yeah, William's story would be much more fantastical.
Yeah. So, why do you think Thomas was up?
He gets up early,
Okay.
and he's always watching. I let him sleep with his iPad, so he wakes up and starts doing that. And then I guess, anytime he hears action downstairs, like during when we were having the dinner and celebrating, he came down to say hello to Jem. So anytime he hears something, he comes down. So he must have heard his mother, and he was like, "Oh, great, I'm awake," so he came down.
Okay.
Because when he was on the couch, I came down and said, "I'm sorry, Mommy, Mommy had to leave early."
Yep.
And he's like, "I already met that, Daddy. I said goodbye to her."
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because I was like, okay, because he was on the couch earlier than normal but he had been off the whole week, so he had a lot of rest. So.
Okay. So going back to New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So it's you, Anna,
And
the
Jem.
boys, Jem.
Yeah. Well, the boys.
I'm going to pause there for just a second. I wish we had video to this, right? Because we kind of know, like going back from the defense opening, that Anna's unalived right now, right? But he's continuing on like she's not, right? And it's interesting to see somebody's body language and to see their facial expressions, etc., because he's going on about this very elaborate story about her leaving and Thomas, etc. It's really interesting. So I wanted to see what his facial expressions were. I wanted to see like the pace of how fast he's talking, because when you're nervous, you really like you're jittery and you talk really, really fast and etc. And we don't have that context, but police are trained in this as well. So what did he think of his demeanor? Anyways, kind of a psychological thing I like to see, and unfortunately, we don't have that. Also, did you notice that he is holding rosary beads in his hand? I'm wondering if he feels like he's going to influence the jury, if any of them are religious or not. Kind of interesting to see that he has that. I wonder if the jury can see that he has that. Let's continue on. These are just my observations. Did you make these observations?
Overall, we put them to bed. Jen didn't think it's late.
Okay.
And Anna took
They're all in
them.
bed.
Yeah, Anna took them to that indoor play. So totally.
Is it Wonderland?
I call it Wonderland. It's probably indoor play Canton. It's in Canton. It's an indoor play, but I don't have the exact name. Anna was on top of that.
Okay. So it's you, Jen, and Anna.
Anna, and then
doing the dinner.
Yeah, then Thomas came and hung out, and we heard it was going to finally went to bed.
So how did the night progress? How late did Jen stay over?
Yeah, Jen stayed till almost 1 or so. Like after midnight at our age with kids, we're like, okay, good, we did it. I was like, it's past our bedtime. When you're younger, you're like, hey, what's next?
I was in bed at 10:30.
Yeah, right. There you go. So, and that's when during that time, Anna was dealing with her phone a lot, and she got a message from Adela, who I spoke to today. It was like, hey, you didn't see me before you left, and so he was upset. And then she was seeming, I don't know, she seemed like the last couple of weeks, she seemed like under pressure at her job. And she mentioned, even Jem spoke about it today, there were a lot of things she didn't like doing or she's not good at. So that seemed to be on her mind. She spoke to me a few days before saying she wanted to see a psychiatrist. And I was like, yeah, we're apart. It's been difficult for all of us. I've seen a therapist, like I told you today, the last 35 years. So anything that would support you is fine. And then, but I mean, I always make fun of her, my super sturdy woman. So, it seems like she was invincible. And so that was going on. And then she said that she had to go. After Jen left, she said she had to go.
Okay.
And I was like,
so maybe around 1:30?
Yeah, maybe before, like after 1:30.
Okay.
And then, because she was like, we're going to go to bed. And I was like, what's this? She's like, Brian, I really have to go back. And that's when she told me. And I was like, that seems odd, but I get what's going on. She was supposed to be here the whole week. Right. But she didn't get it until Friday because she was just too much work that she was trying to keep up with. So the schedule has been, hi, thank you. Thank you. But the schedule has been like that for the past few months, like where she's been having to cut back on family time. And it's been difficult for all of us, definitely.
Sure. When exactly how many months ago did she start the job? Or when did the whole new arrangement?
Yeah, it's been a while. We've been here for 9 months almost. We were supposed to be here for a few months, and then things took longer. Hello, hi. Okay, thank you. Okay, and then at first it was supposed to be in Boston, the job.
Yeah.
And she worked at the Boston property. And then that wasn't working out, and then she moved to DC, and then I was like, all right, well, we'll do this. It shouldn't take long, and then, things progressed, so that was not the best. Okay.
I can imagine that's gotta be tough.
Yeah. But, the only problems that we had in our marriage were that we weren't spending time together. That was during the pandemic, after we got divorced, we enjoyed family
You
time.
loved it.
I really loved it, yeah.
Okay, so what's the time frame? So Jen leaves between 1 and 1:30.
No, generally is like 1, let's say 12:50, 1 o'clock. Because I remember looking at the clock, it was close to 1.
Okay.
And then Anna and I were talking, and then I went to the bathroom, and she said, I have to, let's go to bed. And I said, sure. And then I was like, let me clean up. And that's when she said that she had to go. So I would have to go tomorrow.
Okay.
And she'd made mention that she might have to leave early.
Yep.
Earlier on Saturday. Then she confirmed it, but she always was like, hey, I'm gonna be there early, I'm gonna stay longer, and then she's like, I can't do it. So I think maybe I was putting a lot of pressure on her for more family time, and
Right.
she was having a hard time.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. All right, so you think by 1:30 you both were upstairs and were in bed?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Both sleeping.
Okay, and then she was to catch a early flight.
Early flight. So she only got, this is why she's always been tired. She wasn't feeling well on Friday to begin with, and she was very ill the week before, I want to say, because I got sick too. The kids got sick, then I got sick, and everyone got sick. So everyone's sick a lot. So, but I want to say on the 27th, she worked from home. She was so sick, which is very rare.
Okay.
So, but she was feeling better, but I noticed a difference there. And then she probably got 2.5 or 3 hours of sleep.
Okay.
And then she gets up and you hear her like in the bathroom getting ready.
Yep.
And then it must have been 6. I didn't see the clock, but it was dark outside still. So.
Okay.
And that's when she came down. Then she does the final, like cleans up and stuff like that. You know.
Okay. Did you sleep through that whole morning routine?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I used to get up, and she was like, "You're gonna be moved. The boys are gonna get up." So I was like, "You're right," but she comes and kisses me.
Okay. And then, have you heard any other communication or seen any other? Does she have social media?
Yes, she has a bunch of social media. People have already been looking into it.
Yep.
I guess her iMessenger comes up on my phone for some reason.
Okay.
So people have been sending messages, and I think that for me, but it's for Anna. And her.
Okay, so, all right, a couple of interesting things. So, when you think about things psychologically, people tend to randomly just, blurt things out. So he wasn't asked about his problems with his marriage, but he went ahead and blurted that out. And basically, it was just that they weren't spending enough time together. Again, a stress in your marriage. And then he just said about her iMessages were somehow going to his phone. What kind of messages? Is this when he learned about William Fastow? What else did he sort of discover about her? But also, I just want to remind you, this is 3 days after. This is January 4th that this interview is happening, and we already know that Anna is not missing. So let's continue on.
Instagram, I have some access to, but I don't do any social media really, so it's her domain. But everyone is called saying that they thought that they saw some action on the Facebook, Jem and Adela, and I said it must be me. Comes through, and I look at it because normally I don't, but now I'm looking at everything that comes in.
Yeah.
But there have been no. I don't think there've been any new posts because I've asked everyone who does it
to keep an eye out.
Yeah, if there have been any new, but it does not seem like she's on Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook.
I don't know of any other platforms.
All right. So Sunday morning when she leaves, you haven't heard anything.
Don't know.
Okay.
But just to be clear, I didn't have the phone, and last week on it was the 24th. She had that work at Mazda building or something. So I didn't hear. We spoke in the morning, but I didn't hear from her all day. And then she was supposed to be here on a flight, and then she missed that flight on the 25th.
Okay.
And she drove up.
Okay.
at that point, that's when I freaked out because she was coming here. So I'm like, well, where is she? I haven't heard from her.
Right.
Super weird. And that's when I said, you're missing. And I'm going to kind of call Sally, her sister.
This is the 24th.
The 6th, 25th, I'm sorry, 25th, yeah.
So
Christmas Day,
Day.
and she worked all night, New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
which I was not happy about, but I understand. She was supposed to be here early on the 25th. She wasn't here, and I didn't have, she hadn't sent me her flight info.
Okay.
Okay, it's going to come out, but I believe she was with her paramour on Christmas Eve. But she drove all the way up from DC to Massachusetts. That I have a question about and wonder if that's going to come into trial, whether or not she did drive all the way from DC. I mean, obviously she had to, but was she already in Massachusetts? That I want to know. Or was she actually in DC? Anyways, let's go. Let's continue.
That's one of the few times. So then I started to really get nervous, and I called Sally and Alyssa, and I called Jim, but I didn't say anything to Jim. And then I called my mother, and I was gonna file this first support right there. So I was like,
Yep.
And then she called, and I'm driving up. I was at the airport. My flight was canceled. I was busy. I couldn't get in touch with you. And I was like, okay. So this time around, it was a bit different. She's going to DC now. And I didn't have the phone, so I just emailed her saying, I hope everything's okay, and all that's fine.
So where was your phone on Sunday?
So Saturday at 11 a.m., I guess William took it and put it up in his bed. It was under, Thomas found it under his pillow on Monday at that 2:30 time when I got in touch with her.
Okay.
But I emailed her twice before that, but I was like, you know what, it's fine. I don't want to, every time my wife needs 5 minutes. So, and then I started getting nervous. And then on Tuesday, I started to call around, and I remember her telling me, hey, don't call work. Don't embarrass me at work, Brian. And I was like, sure. So I called Sally and everyone, and then I was like, and then this morning, that's when I was like, I have to, and
we're going on another day.
Yeah. So now it's Wednesday, today's Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I lost, and then this morning, that's when I started calling everyone like that. Okay. And then the Tish's fire people got back to me. I left a message at their off-site sales. I said, can you please say Brian Walshe called? I called another building that we didn't pick up, and I was going to call her boss, Jeff Chod. I didn't have his number, but I was looking for it. Yeah. And then it was Graham that called me and said, is everything okay? And I said, I don't know. She had work. He said, I didn't see her yesterday. Okay. And that's why things kind of moved a lot quicker.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Oh, okay. So he's just talking really, really fast, right? You can barely understand what he's trying to say. To sum it up, he's trying to say that in the past, in this December time, she was missing and he tried to contact her. He didn't have his phone, etc. Well, that's this time. And in the past, at Christmas time, she was supposed to come home. She didn't come home. He's trying to reach her. I think he said that he called some of her people at work, whatever. And so that might have like set the precedent of, hey, she's missing. I don't want to call these people because it might embarrass her. So that is, you must have had a conversation about that. So I think he's trying to say, hey, I didn't contact her for a couple of days because she thinks I was going to embarrass her. But here it is the 4th now. It's Wednesday. He doesn't even know what day it is. It's Wednesday, and now she's missing. So I got to contact all of these people from her work to see whether or not she made it to DC, because remember, quote unquote, she's supposed to be in DC. But he's talking real fast again. I'd love to see what his face looks like. And if he's using his hands a lot. I use my hands too. I try not to, but anyways, let's continue.
That all sounds reasonable. Has she ever forgotten her phone or left her phone here before?
She's never left her phone here. I mean, she's pretty good at it. It has happened.
Yes.
It has happened, but I don't think she's ever left her phone here.
Does she ever turn the phone off or put it on vibrate or anything like that, or does she always keep the ringer on?
No, she definitely turns it on, well, in the evening we have to, so.
Is she like on call at times where she would always keep her phone on, or is she okay to like just shut it off at night?
She would like turn on the side, she never turns the phone off though.
Okay.
So the phone is almost always on. I mean, a lot of times she's running out of, battery.
That would be my next
Yeah.
question. Is she one of the types that's always looking for phone chargers?
Yeah, no, we have also the kids are destroying them all the time. And so here at the house, she's always looking for juice from her phone.
Okay, okay. Does anything else come to mind that we should be aware of?
I mean, I talked to my wife even though that we've been doing this for a while, we haven't had it, I talk to her a lot. And even if she can't talk, she sends me a text saying, I'll call you right back or something. I mean, it's very rare. It's one or two times that I didn't hear from her, and then I freaked out, and she's like, you need to take it easy. I mean, that's too much pressure, Brian. I said, sure, of course, I understand.
Right.
And now this time, I feel like it's not high pressure enough. I should, done something more. So my mother is always calling, like she's like, what's going on? She wants to hire private investigators and stuff like that. So I was like, coming. So the detectives class are coming, global.
Oh, that's interesting. So mom hires a private investigator. When did she do that? So interestingly enough, it is January 4th. Remember, the alleged incident either happened the night of January 1st going into the 2nd, and here it is the 4th, so we're now 2 days later. When does mom call the private investigator? And what does the private investigator find? Is that coming into trial? That'll be interesting. Let's continue.
The gentleman at Tissue Spire is head of global security, so
Okay.
I think we have a good shot here.
Yeah. Do you have like shared or access to her Uber or Lyft accounts? Or
No,
does she run her own?
yeah, I don't use any of that stuff. Yeah, I'm driving around, and I never did. It worked out when I was single. My friends would pay for all the Ubers, but Anna was always ahead with the tech and things like that. And since she was, I never did anything to learn about it because I didn't have to. So
Right. Does she have any family here stateside or in New England?
Me and the boys, that's it.
Okay.
And then her sister is in Toronto. I told her sister you guys were coming, and that she's available to talk. Everyone's available to talk, whatever you want to ask.
Okay, perfect. Appreciate that. So she got a sister in Canada. Where's Anna's mother?
Okay, so Anna's mother's in Belgrade, and Anna was just there. Her mother has been sick. She was here, and then when she got back to Belgrade, so she went up. She was going to the hospital to do some work. So she and her sister were both there to support her mother at the end of November, beginning of December.
Okay, so not too long ago.
No,
and that's Serbia.
Yes, sorry, yes, Serbia.
Okay.
And Sally, her sister, called and let her mother know what was happening.
Okay.
So
Any other siblings?
it's basically just the three of them. It's her and Sally and Malaka as her mother.
Okay. No brother or anything?
No.
Okay. Any like half siblings or anything on the father's side?
There is someone, his name is Milan. He is a cousin that they share land with, that they've been in a dispute with for, 30 years or 20 years.
Okay.
And that's been going back and forth for our entire marriage. They had a deal. It just fell apart. They went up to deal with that as well.
Okay.
Yes, but Sally and Anna do not belong with Milan at all.
Okay.
But he's
that's kind of a tumultuous relationship.
there.
And there was activity related to that as recent as early December.
Yeah, they had to go deal with the lawyers and they had a contract.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that there was a dispute about land via the cousin Elon, and Sally and Elon didn't get along. Is this perhaps casting another wrench into this, that maybe there's something nefarious going on and that Elon had something to do with Anna missing and therefore he doesn't have to pay her for the land? I don't know. It's just, and then it's like you're leading the police down a path, right? Where could she be, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then you throw out these things left, right, and center, and it's just like now they have to go investigate this. It's bizarre. All right. Again, when you're nervous and you're making up stuff as you go along, who knows what comes out. Let's continue.
Contract that was signed 5 years ago, but they had to, cancel it.
Okay.
It didn't work
And
out.
it's like a land dispute.
It's a huge land dispute, yeah.
Was Jimmy like best friends? I know you mentioned Jim, which was an old.
Jem is,
coworker.
there's a girl named Carrie Westbrook. Carrie Westbrook. She's a very good friend of Anna. They both worked at the Little Washington.
Okay.
Jim and Adela called to say that she posted something about it's been 10 years or 13 years, and Anna would normally always say something. Okay, thank you.
Where did they want you to?
At the Inn at Little Washington. That was Anna's. I think Anna's one of Anna's first jobs when she was here.
Okay.
So Carrie, and then in town there's Adela who works at the Melrose. He's been in touch with me several times today. There's a neighbor. She made good friends with the neighbor. I don't know who the neighbor is though. That's Winta is her name, but I don't have any numbers. And she hasn't spoken about it for several months, which is, I guess now I think about it is odd. There's Alyssa Kirby. Peter Kirby lives in Marshfield, that's his brother, and Alyssa Kirby lives very nearby. When I called on Christmas Day, Alyssa was gonna go over and check on the house.
Okay.
And that's an Anna call, and then Anna's like settled down. But Alyssa has, she's like, I can go over to the house. So I said, everyone's already been to the house. Alyssa, thank you.
And these are DC contacts?
These are, Alyssa is a DC contact, Adela is a DC contact, Carrie's in DC. The gentleman who sold us our townhouse, William Fasto is in DC, and his office is very close by. When I called him, he's like, oh, I just got back in from Idaho, but he immediately went over to take a look at the house. But
Okay.
Adela did too.
Okay. Just so I have the dynamic right, you guys started in DC and you came up here?
Yeah.
The Boston opportunity, and then that kind of brought you back down? or
No,
brought you back to DC?
she was in DC, I was always in Boston, like, you're going back, like, from the beginning of our relationship?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
like,
sure.
how long, like, when did you guys meet and when did you guys get married?
Oh, right, yeah, so we met, years ago at a place called the Wheatley.
Okay.
And then she went to DC for a job, and I was traveling, and then I called her, in November of 2011 to say, I'll be in DC, and then we met up, and we started going out again, and then in 2013, we lived together in DC, and then that wasn't working out, and I came up to Boston, and she quickly came back after.
Okay.
And then we were in Boston since then, and then she got this job in DC, and she said, oh, we go back to DC now, as it works out, and I said, sure, and then but we were in Boston for 7 or 8 years together.
Okay. Do you have any, does she have any other phones, or is it just that one work phone, or like an Apple Watch, or anything?
She wanted to get an Apple Watch, and we were actually getting one. I don't know. I didn't see, she would have told me we talked a lot, so I don't think she was talking about getting another phone and an Apple Watch. I don't know if she got the Apple, the extra phone, but I was wondering if she had a second device as well.
Okay.
But she normally likes to just have one device. There have been times over our marriage where she's had 2 devices.
Okay. Is it, who's typically in charge of either the finances or the accounts?
Anna's very good at that. I like, we do it together, but when it comes to being on time paying the bills, she's much better at that stuff. So,
Okay, great.
with me, like more, broader advisory, like let's do this, let's spend money on that.
Sure.
But no, she is an operations expert. That's like
Logistics, that's her thing.
perfect.
Yeah. Okay. How about, if you don't mind me asking, like overall, like financially, is everything good and in order, or
Yes.
are there any stressors, or?
Yes, yes, definitely. Okay. Well, financially, in some ways, better than ever. This job was 3 times what she was making in Jack.
Oh, wow.
That's why I think she did 315 this year.
Oh, wow.
So that was huge for us.
Sure.
And then, yeah, definitely. So that's why we decided to do the deal. But I've been having legal problems for many years now. It's one of the reasons why I couldn't leave, because I'm dealing with that now. And it was supposed to be done a long time ago, and it wasn't. So we've been really depressed about that. And there is restitution that I get to pay, but we.
Okay. So here it is. They were depressed about the financial situation. So this is very interesting, right? So I like this police person and how he's going about figuring out what's going on. Like what are all the avenues, right? So when there's somebody missing, right, they always look at the husband first, right? True crime, right? And so I like the way he's questioning things, and I like the way Brian's answering these things. He's answering it somewhat truthful, but obviously hiding things. He's saying that he had legal problems, but he didn't quite go into specifics about that. But the word depressed came up. Now that is very interesting. He said, we were depressed about that. Is that a stressor in your marriage? I mean, hello, it is. If my husband were uh, found guilty of frauding somebody and that we knew that jail was pending, probably like because it was 2020, they probably held off on waiting to sentence him. But they obviously knew that the financial aspect had come through. And so again, they're waiting to they're waiting to discover what that jail time is going to be. When is he due to serve that, etc. And in the meantime, Anna's working and she's the only person who's making the money. That's a big stressor in their marriage. So I'm gonna start this again, but I'm gonna go back just a little, so it's gonna be a little repetitive. So hold on just a second.
We have I couldn't leave because I'm dealing with that now, and it was supposed to be done a long time ago, and it wasn't. So we've been really depressed about that. And there is restitution that I get to pay, but we have the money, and we're just waiting to get a final resolution. So the stress was being apart and not being the authors of our own lives. I couldn't move when we had to, and then our mothers had both of their health was difficult, so she had to go to Belgrade instead of coming here for 2 weeks.
Right.
And that was a hard hit. And then my mother, she needs a lot of assistance. She recently had cataracts, and she's had 3 cancer surgeries. So she's doing well. So thank you. Knock on wood. Yeah. But those were everything okay, Thomas? Okay. This is the whole time. But yes, the biggest stress is not being together. Before, when I was dealing with it, we were together.
Okay, so let's talk about stressors, right? He's got these financial crimes. He's got money restitution to pay back. Remember, they just bought $1 million home in DC. Mom's paying for their rental house in Cohasset. That doesn't, again, I'm not sure what's going on with aligning wise. Stressors in the home. He doesn't know whether or not he's going to go to jail. Her mom's not doing well. Her mom's in Belgrade. She just went to go see her mom. That obviously must be a stressor on her because she's trying to do her job. She's trying to be a mom. She's trying to be a wife. She's having an extramarital affair. Her husband is going to owe some money. Where's that money going to come from? Does he have the money? Is she going to have to pay this money? What's going on with that? So, I mean, at some point in time, pop goes the champagne bottle, right? And something's got to give. And so, here we go.
It was fine. It was one of those, we were a magnificent team. We were able to get through anything together. I was reading her a love note just the other day from 4 years ago about how we're able to blossom under such difficult circumstances. So
Perfect. I appreciate you being so open.
yeah.
Is it okay if I?
All right, that was really cute. He said that he had read her a love note about how to blossom, how they've blossomed over the years. That's really cute. Is again, the defense is trying to say that they had a loving relationship and that there was no stressors, right, that would preclude him to unalive her, right? So, is he offering that to be like everything was copacetic, or did that really actually happen? So I kind of think it did, because just sort of the way his tone was that, yeah, that actually happened. And he's not just sort of throwing it out there. But again, we can't see his face, so I can't tell whether or not like he's looking up or whether he's like avoiding eye contact when he's making these statements. Okay, we're gonna start. I'm gonna go back just a little bit just because I was talking over what they were talking about. So here we go.
Please ask. It was, it was one of those, we were a magnificent team. We were able to get through anything together. I was reading her a love note just the other day from 4 years ago about how we're able to blossom under such difficult circumstances. So
Perfect. I appreciate you being so open.
yeah,
Is it okay if I ask about?
please ask any questions you'd like.
The legal stress?
Absolutely, yeah. So, do you have a specific question, or would you like
Just a rundown of, what?
Yeah, I just represented a Warhol piece. You can read about it in the papers.
You were an attorney? Or what's your representation?
No, I
don't even know what you do, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Well, we have a chocolate. So I had some art, and I lost money on it, and I just represented it to another person in the gallery in LA.
Okay.
And then the FBI got involved, and I was arrested, and that occurred in 2018. So I've been dealing with that. And then I went to sentencing in October 8th of 2021, and everything was going to be fine.
Yep.
But the bank had called for the bank check saying that some of the money had been returned, but none of the money that was in the bank check, and then things were postponed.
Okay.
And then things continue to be postponed, and that's, so I'm kind of locked down here at the house. Part of my sentence was home confinement, but it's gone over the 12 months because of things have not been resolved yet.
Okay.
And that's why I've been able to be in Massachusetts, I'm sorry, in DC with my wife. She's been doing this, so, but we were, just the other day, there was possible resolution for the whole thing. But obviously,
Let it in the time.
that's what we're looking, but the prosecutor definitely,
So like, we can make a nail.
I will, give me one moment, I'm gonna make the note for you. But the prosecutor definitely was, interested in more, and he saw a second opportunity at the Apple. So that's why things have taken a lot longer, and, but that's where we're at. And if there's any other information, you can, I'll give you my attorney's number, and she can also tell you about it. She probably explain the law better than I can. But I was, I acknowledge I was out of integrity, and I'm, thank you. And I'm dealing with the whole family, unfortunately, is dealing with it because of my actions.
So when I did a catch,
No, it's, but I just, I know, I want to.
I paused it there for a quick second because as you see, the kids are coming in and out, right? And the kids are like a distraction. So in some ways, I'm really surprised that he can kind of like keep a story straight, because the kids keep coming in and out, which is sort of distracting him. So distracting from the things that are going on. And to me, if I were interviewing him at this critical moment and the kids were coming in and out, you can't like get a like baseline of, is he lying, is he not lying, or whatever. And because it's really hard, because he switches from, I'm trying to tell you this story, to, oh, I'm taking care of the kids. So it is a big distractor. And this police officer is doing a great job. So I'm going to push it back just a small bit just because I was talking over it. I didn't want you to miss anything. Here we go.
Thank you. And I'm dealing with the whole family, unfortunately, is dealing with it because of my actions.
So when I did a catch,
No, it's, but I just, I know. I want to. I want to get a whole picture. I don't want to hide anything from you, because if that could lead to finding my wife sooner, that's the most important thing.
Right. Yeah. So
But it's, I do want to acknowledge extremely
stress or anything like that.
But it's extremely embarrassing for me to talk but I'm, under these circumstances, it's worth it.
We're not, again, we're not here to judge anyone.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Is there any, but please, if you have any other questions, please ask me. This is, don't hold back.
She obviously has a passport, right?
Yes, yes.
Is, her passport still here?
No.
Is that something she normally carries with her for traveling, or?
Yeah, I would say yes, because what happened was she lost her ID at one point.
Yep.
And now she had to start carrying her passport. Yeah, so, but now she always carries her passport. She brought, William does not have a passport. Thomas and Brian do.
Okay.
And when I got nervous about, not seeing her and stuff, I was like, hey, whoever is with the kids should have their passports. It's the only form of ID. Also, my mother wanted to open up an account for Thomas. And so the only way to identify him properly.
Sure.
So she brought those passports here and they're here now.
Okay. Is she on any medications?
Not that I know of. She just so for health, I'm out of shape, but she's in great shape. But she we had a bit of a cancer scare last year, but they biopsied and said it was fine on her side. And but she kept saying that she felt that she was pale recently, and I said because she hasn't had a lot of rest, she'd be working hard and flying. Okay, and flying in, and then when she gets here, it's not restful. The kids are like, so I would give her some weekends off and say, hey, stay in DC. I'll take care of the kids. You've got to get, because she's here the whole weekend and leaves early in the morning. And then now her work schedule really, when she got back, the work schedule really got very tight because she's taking 2 weeks off.
Okay.
So we really didn't have any time for the holidays or anniversaries. So it's
Sure.
sad.
So you're not aware of any medications. Any other health issues or anything coming up? The one biopsy?
No, nothing. I mean, it's very unlikely that she would hide something from me.
Right.
We really talk about everything.
Okay, I didn't quite hear that, and I just heard him respond something about hiding something. So I'm going to go back just a little bit to see what that question was. So I didn't quite catch it. So hold on just a second.
And for anniversary, so it's
Sure.
sad.
So you're not aware of any medications. Any other health issues or anything coming up? The one biopsy?
No, nothing. I mean, it's very unlikely that she would hide something from me.
Right.
We really talk about everything. No, I can't think of that there'd be anything.
I think he said about a biopsy. So she had a cancer scare, and like maybe if like she found out some information, would he hide that from her? So he's saying no, she wouldn't hide anything from me. That's what I'm guessing.
If there'd be anything else.
Okay. Luggage wise, she probably has a full set of clothes in DC.
Oh yeah, and most of my clothing's in DC too. So the idea, she thought it was gonna take a month or two to get there. It was taking a lot longer. So, we had to buy stuff just to like everything. We keep having to buy new stuff
Up here. Okay. So I assume she travels light.
Very light.
Okay.
Yeah. So one time she just brought her purse.
Yep.
And then this time she brought up my heavier coat because I was getting cold. She said, I'm gonna bring. So she brought her little carry-on.
Okay. And
But
you had a coat in DC, so she brought your coat up here?
Yeah, because I was wearing this light coat, and she said, "Come on, I'll bring it up." And I was like, "All right."
That makes sense, sure.
But that means she has to bring more luggage, and I felt bad. She's like, "Don't buy a new coat, don't get cold and get sick." So.
Right. You describe the carry-on?
Absolutely, it's a Louis Vuitton carry-on.
It's like a big purse, like.
Well, I know it's the duffel bag, the Louis Vuitton duffel bag. Yeah. My mother actually, she wanted me to ask the Washington police if they saw that bag at the house, because if that bag was there, I think she's definitely at that. She'd been to that house.
What color is it?
It's the brown, the classic, yeah.
With all the shades.
Yeah,
I'm
with
not a
the
purse guy.
LV. I had to become one. My wife did.
Yeah. Any like memory issues?
Yeah, she has a terrible memory. We make fun of it since we've been together. Yeah, she's like, I said that's why she's always happy. She doesn't remember anything.
But I mean, so she's not losing like big gaps in the day, like.
No.
Like hours go
No,
missing.
nothing
Just
like
classic,
like some
like what I have, like, I forget what I had for lunch.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah. I mean, she. But that's the joke it always makes. Like, well, I don't know. She was always. That was always.
Okay, that is a great line of questioning, right? They're going down the path of, well, could she have like mental issues? If she's losing her memory, maybe she's lost, right? She doesn't know where she is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I like that questioning. That was really good.
Or even further back, I was the one who had the memory of everything.
Okay.
But I told her it was good. I could repeat stories, so be a fresh marriage forever. It was good.
I like that. Any substance abuse?
No. Actually, Anna basically drank nothing when she met me. She started to drink more, and then we both with the kids and stuff pretty much shut it down. But New Year's Eve we did have some champagne and stuff like that.
Completely reasonable.
But no, Anna's totally through there always.
Do you have any sort of like family tracking on the apps? Like Find My iPhone?
I don't.
AirTags, anything like that?
So my mother just bought AirTags for us, and Anna had picked it up on Saturday. Now I have one. I said, yeah, one of these is for you.
Sure.
But because things went so, all right. But because she left early, we're going to do a lot of work for the new year and stuff, and she was going to be having an AirTag with her.
Okay.
My mother was like, everyone has an AirTag.
Yeah.
But they're right on my desk, all wrapped up and everything. And she's the one that like launches all of it. She's the one who puts stuff together. So, and I would always just say, oh, we'll wait till you come back. I was always waiting for her to come save us. Four guys over here.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, I should take these. No.
Those look expensive.
Yeah, your mother's gonna get upset. Okay. Don't break them. Okay. All right.
Where did he find those?
I don't know. They must have been over here or something like that. I didn't notice. I just noticed them. Okay. No swearing. Sorry for that. I thought he was saying truck for a while.
I heard truck. I'm on his side. I heard truck.
Okay. Good. Thanks.
Did she bring the big duffel bag back with her? Have you seen it
I
yet?
know we haven't. So when you asked me what she might be wearing, her black coat, but it's a small coat.
Yep.
The hunter boots were gone. Blue and gray. The duffel bag, and then the purse that you brought.
Okay.
A black purse, probably.
Do you have any cameras at the house?
Not
Like,
this one. Oh,
Ring doorbell. I know
No.
it's a rental, but,
yeah, no, we don't have any here.
Is the landlord or property owner or anything?
I don't think so. I haven't called Peter yet. I've been calling a lot of people, but I've been ready to go to the next level again. But I don't think he's got. He might have something down by the garage. He might have some stuff down there.
Sure.
But I don't think he's got anything on. I haven't seen any ring doorbells anywhere.
Okay. Any cameras at the townhouse in DC?
There's she installed. We had the door. What's the not ring, but what's the other one? Not our blink.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there. We'll go back. But ooh, did you hear that? So they were asking whether or not he has seen her duffel bag that she brought from DC. He talked about her hunter boots, the duffel bag, a purse, and a black jacket. Remember in the opening statement, they had stated what they found in the dumpster, which was her green hunter boots or some boots, a bag or a purse, something Louis Vuitton. I'm not sure which one is which. And I'm wondering if they found the black jacket. But I mean, how did they get into the dumpster? Questions. I have questions. All right, we're going to continue back on. I'm going to go back just a little bit so that we can hear what they're asking about cameras, which is a very, very smart question. I wonder if these police officers obviously are not from Canton or in the Massachusetts State Police, but they are smart in asking for cameras. So let's back up a little bit.
There's a lot of them. I don't think he's got anything on it. I haven't seen any ring doorbells anywhere.
Okay. Any cameras at the townhouse in DC?
There's she installed, we had the door, what's the, not ring, but what's the other one? Not our,
Blink. Yeah.
There's a lot of them now.
Ring,
Net.
Arlo,
What's the one with that has a thermostat too?
Nest.
The Nest, I think it's a Nest camera. And that, but that would be on her phone. But when we were, I'm going to one moment, when we were at Jerusalem Road, we had 3, so I'd be out playing with the boys and she'd call, or she'd talk through it and stuff like that. So she's very good with that, yeah. But no, I just, not here, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Sheila, anything else you can
I
find?
can't think of anything else if you haven't already explained. Appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it. No, I appreciate it. I know it's 7:30 and, you guys are still here, so thank you for that.
Do you mind if I take a look at the camera roll? Maybe if she took your, if she took.
The photos I have on this?
Yeah. Just if there's something that jumps out, you know what I mean?
Sometimes the kids get it, so sorry. But that's everything there. You can take a look. There's probably 1,000 photos.
Okay, so I paused it there. Very smart police officers, right? Can I look at your phone? I just want to look through your photos. Is he just looking through photos or is he looking for something else? Anyways, what phone is this? Because remember, there's like a couple of things in controversy. He had said he lost his phone and then he was using the kid's phone. So what phone is he looking at? Is this the lost phone? I'm thinking it is, but I have questions. So I thought maybe you might have questions and I thought we could have questions together and maybe answer them together. So, interesting. All right, let's continue.
Glasses back, please. What glasses, please? Okay. You said it'd be okay if I ran around.
Yep.
That's fine. You know that happened,
Yeah. I always make the joke, I'm gonna make it extra happy for you guys. Yes, Thomas. Okay, well, please tell him not to, that's not. William, please. Oh, no, I would like to say, I don't know where to learn that from, but I'm pretty sure it was me. You're taking that, that's your brother, so he's gonna get very upset. Thank you. All right, can I have those glasses back, please? All right.
If you don't mind me asking, what kind of errands did you run on?
Yeah, on Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, basically, I just went down to see a friend of mine, Paul Fleming. We haven't seen each other in a while.
Yeah.
And then, brought back some of the stuff for New Year's meal and things like that. And trying to think what else.
Where was that? Where did you get them?
It was in Boston.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think what's great. What? Oh, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you, anytime you want to go through this, feel free.
Sure.
It's so weird, like my whole life is like on this thing. I could be like, here's my life, go enjoy it.
Okay, all right. So 2 really interesting things, right? So then they're starting to ask his location. So on Friday, that's like a non-thing. I think, I don't know what day that is. I'd have to look it up. I think this is before, like, I think this is the day of New Year's Eve, I think it is. So he saw Paul Fleming, brought some stuff back. He was in Boston. But did you just hear him say, "Oh yeah, here's my phone. You can look at it anytime." Because remember we're talking about how they looked at his phone and whether or not that information was going to come in. But here he's freely offering it up. Here, look at my life. I don't think he realizes, or well, maybe he's offering up this phone because this phone doesn't have any pertinent data location on it or anything wrong because remember it was missing. So maybe that's why he's saying, go ahead with this one. Anyways, we'll continue. I'm going to back it up just a little.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, and if you, anytime you want to go through this, feel free. It's so weird, like my whole life is like on this thing. I'd be like, here's my life, go enjoy it.
Yeah, I just looked, I saw the photos from the area.
Oh, great.
Yeah, of your wife and the boys.
Oh, okay, yeah, the second, yeah.
And that was Friday.
I'm trying to think, oh, I also went to, I had some interview event stuff to do, so that was the other thing.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Do you mind if we just do a walkthrough of the house, just see if anything jumps out to us?
Yeah.
So we have a fresh set of eyes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
let's do it.
So unless, is there anything else? Because I'll shut this off. Is there anything else that,
I think that's it, that's all, yeah.
Greg, do you have any ideas? I know we covered a lot. I really appreciate you going.
Yeah, no, of course, absolutely.
Sometimes every little thing helps, you know?
I believe that, I honestly believe that.
You know, there's wall and see if we can track something down. So,
All
right, it is 7:31. I'm shutting off the recording.
Sergeant, I have a few questions about that interview. How old were the children at this point in time?
2, 4, and 6.
And the oldest child, what was produced during that interview?
An iPad.
An iPad. And when it's heard the defendant saying 121212, what is going on at that point in time?
The child needed help unlocking the iPad, and the defendant assisted in punching in the code to unlock it.
Now, in addition, at some point in time, someone produced glasses. Who did that?
The middle child.
And directing your attention to what's been marked as Exhibit 6, file number 7214, Ms. Gilman, if we could have that. Sergeant, did you see the glasses there in that photograph?
Yes, there were ladies' glasses there in the black case underneath the mirror on the counter.
Now, after or during the interview,
Come on, show us the
he
picture.
showed
We
you
want to
his
see
phone.
Lady's
What did he
glasses.
look at on his phone?
Text message thread between him and Anna, and the camera roll.
And what did you see as far as travel arrangements?
There were screenshots of the JetBlue app that Anna had sent him for the flight from DC to Boston.
So at the end of the interview, there's mention of doing a walkthrough. What did you do next?
We concluded the interview and began the walkthrough.
Okay, and so what is a walkthrough, sir?
We just went throughout the house to see if anything jumped out or seemed important.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 8, 7115? So, sir, what part of the house was this?
This is the front of the house that it's not the front door, but it's
Come on,
like the
show
primary
us.
access door to the right.
Ms. Gilman, can we have Exhibit 9, 7120?
We're missing 8. Come on.
Now, where are you
Okay,
in
here
the
we go.
house at this point in time, sir?
If you go into that door from the last photo, you're in a hallway. If you look left in that hallway, this is the entryway into the kitchen and dining room, that open floor concept.
And Ms. Gilman, if we can have Exhibit 10, 7122? Where is this in the house, sir?
If you go in from that outside door and you look straight from the hallway, that's the first floor bathroom.
And what is inside the first floor bathroom besides the bathroom?
Washer and dryer.
Ms. Gilman, Exhibit 11, please, 7169. And I take it this is the washer and dryer inside that first floor bathroom?
Correct.
Could we have Exhibit 12, file number 7137? Where is this, sir?
If you come in that same door, that hallway, if you look right, there's a sunken in family room.
And what is at the back end of the sunken-in family room?
There's a staircase that leads up to a single bedroom.
Could we have Exhibit 13, 7138? Where is this, sir, in the house?
Those are the stairs leading up to that single bedroom.
Exhibit 14, please, 7140. Now, where is this in the house, sir?
This is that single bedroom on that right side of the house.
What access does this bedroom have to the rest of the house besides going down those stairs to the sunken living room?
None.
Could we have the next exhibit, which is Exhibit 15, 7141? And where is this, sir?
This is the same bedroom.
Could we have Exhibit 16, 7152? What part of the home is this?
This is the sunken in living room. This is the closet door beneath the staircase leading up to that single bedroom.
Did you have the opportunity to look inside that closet?
I did.
Could we have the next exhibit, Exhibit 17, 7153? Is this how the closet appeared, sir?
Yes.
Now, can we have Exhibit 18, 7165? Where is this, sir?
This is the hallway as you enter through that door. So that door would be to the left, bathrooms to the right, and then the kitchen dining room straight.
Could we have Exhibit 20, file number 7235? Now, what part of the home is this?
That door on the left is the front door. So this is, if you're looking away from the dining room, you'd be looking at the stairs upstairs to the main part of the house and the living room straight ahead.
What's at the far end of the living room?
A fireplace and a TV.
And if we could have the next exhibit 21, 7236. Where is this, sir?
That's a close-up look of the living room with the TV, the fireplace, and the bureau.
Exhibit 22, please, Ms. Gilman, file number 7237. What part of the home is this now?
Still right in the living room. It's the stairs leading upstairs to the main part of the second floor of the house, a view into the kitchen and the backyard.
Now, are there any other rooms by the kitchen?
To the left edge of this frame is a small office.
Could we have Exhibit 23, file number 7246? What is this, sir?
That's the small office.
And could we have Exhibit 24, 7288? Where is this in the home, sir?
That is the second floor bathroom.
And can you describe the second floor layout for us?
If you walk up the stairs to the second floor, the front door would be to your back. You enter a hallway. Straight ahead is a second floor bathroom. There's 2 bedrooms to your left, and there's a primary bedroom to the right that also has a bathroom in it.
Could we have Exhibit 25, which is file number 7298? What are we looking at now, sir?
If you were in that hallway coming up the stairs, if you look left, that would be the doors to the 2 bedrooms on your left.
Could we have Exhibit 26, file number 7301? Which room is this, sir?
This is the front left bedroom on the second floor.
And who is residing in this bedroom?
The defendant.
And, sir, what is in the drawer next to the bed?
Some sheetrock or drywall from the ceiling.
Could we have the next?
Ooh, ooh. See, some drywall from the ceiling. Interesting. Okay, let's continue.
Exhibit 28. Or actually, I'm sorry, 7301. Could we have 27, 7302? And sir, where is this?
That same bedroom.
And then could we have exhibit 28, 7309? And what orientation is this, sir?
This is looking at the bedroom door from that same bedroom.
Your Honor, we would object for the reasons stated before.
Excuse me?
We object for the reasons stated before.
Thank you. Preserved.
And then I'd like to have exhibit 29, if I may, Ms. Gilman, 7319. What is this, sir?
A hole in the ceiling in that bedroom.
Now, what is above the ceiling in that home?
An attic.
Did you go into the attic that night?
No.
Now, can we,
Wait, what? Why didn't they go into the attic? Why? You see like an anomaly, right? You see that you have someone who's missing. Sometimes they find missing people in the house, right? They're unalived and they're in the house somewhere, right? So why wouldn't you search the whole entire house looking for her? And you see there's drywall missing and it's in a drawer. You see where the drywall is coming from and it's an attic, but you don't go up to the attic? Ugh. Okay. Maybe that'll come up in the cross-examination. I don't know. I have questions. You have questions. Let's see if they get answered.
have exhibit 30, 7320? What room is this, sir?
This is the second bedroom to the left in that hallway.
And could we have exhibit 31, 7321? What is this, sir?
That same bedroom.
And who was residing in this bedroom?
The middle child.
And who was residing in the bedroom that was by the sunken living room?
The eldest child.
Could we have exhibit 32, 7259? What room is this, sir?
This is the bedroom to the right, the primary bedroom.
And with this primary bedroom, what was it attached to as far as a bathroom?
There was an attached bathroom.
Could we have exhibit 33, 7269? What is this, sir?
That's the attached bathroom.
And could we have exhibit 34, 7335? Bless you. What's this, sir?
If you're standing in the kitchen, looking towards the front of the house, this is the basement door.
And what was on this door as far as child safety locks?
Up top was like a child safety device.
Could we have exhibit 35, 7336? Where is this, sir?
That's the doorway from the last photo looking down into the basement.
Could we have exhibit 36, 7340? Where is this, sir?
If you go down those steps and you look right, this is the view of the basement.
And could we have exhibit 37, which is file 7343? And where is this?
If you go down those steps and look left, this is the view of the basement.
And then could we have exhibit 38, 7557? Where is this?
Those are the basement steps.
Now, what access did the basement have as far as to the outside of the home?
If you come down those stairs and look right, there's a outside door that leads to the left side of the house.
Did you have the opportunity on January 4th to do any examination outside the home?
Yes.
Could we have exhibit 39, file number 7077? Where's this in relation to the house, sir?
This is the left side of the house, so that basement door would be just off frame to the right.
And there's a fence there, sir. What's the fence around?
That's leading into the backyard and the in-ground pool.
Could we have exhibit 40, 7080? And what is this?
View looking into the backyard.
What condition was the pool that night when you were there on January 4th?
It was full of water. The water was dark green and cloudy. It was unseasonably warm that night, and so no ice or anything. And there was no pool cover on it.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
There's no pool cover on it.
Could we have Exhibit 41, 7084? Now, where are we in the house, sir?
You're within the fenced-in portion of the backyard, looking at the pool.
And how is the pool different in this photograph than when you were there that night?
It's drained in this photo.
What is, sir, in the left-hand corner, what is that part of the house?
Shed.
Could we have Exhibit 42, 7091? And where is this?
This is in the backyard, a view of the back of the house.
And Exhibit 43, 7092? What about this part, sir?
This is the back left corner, if you're looking at the back of the house.
And, sir, did you have the opportunity to look at that shed as well?
I did.
Could we have Exhibit 44, 7097? And did you go inside the shed?
I did.
Could we have Exhibit 45, 7390? And where is this, sir?
That's a view inside the shed.
Got a siren going by, sir. I'm gonna let it go. Sir, did you find anything that night when you were there on January 4th?
No.
And did you have the opportunity to look at any vehicles that night while you were there on January 4th?
Yes.
What vehicle did you look at?
Volvo XC90.
Could we have Exhibit 46, file number 7057? What is this, sir?
That's the Volvo XC90.
And sir, if I can just ask if you can keep your voice up, did you have the opportunity to look inside the Volvo?
I did.
What did you see inside the Volvo that night?
I noticed the trunk portion of the SUV was lined with plastic sheeting that was folded.
And anything else inside the Volvo?
In the trunk, I noticed like a maple seedling, like it looks like a V they spin when they fall from the trees.
Now, how long did it take to do this walk around?
About 30 minutes.
And what did you do after the walk around?
I returned to the Cohasset police station.
And what did you do when you went back to the station?
Furthered the investigation.
How so?
I checked for any international flights, if Anna had taken any, by putting a flag on her passport.
Yes, sir.
I reached out to the Metro DC police to do a walkthrough of the townhouse down in DC.
Yes, sir.
And I called Anna's sister.
Now, after doing those things, did you ever have the opportunity to return back to 516 Chief Justice Cushing Highway?
Yes, that evening.
And why'd you return back to the home?
I brought the fire department back to the house to investigate the pool.
And so how did you do that, sir?
The fire department brought high-powered floodlights and a pike pole to like scrape the pool to see if there's anything inside.
And what did you see happen when they did that?
They found a pool skimmer at the bottom, and then they used that pool skimmer because it was wider than the pike pole to scrape the bottom of the pool.
And was anything recovered?
No.
And about how long was this? Did it take to do this checking of the pool?
15 minutes.
And after you did that, what did you do next?
Returned back to the police station.
But what time do you think you got back to the police station?
10:30 or so.
And so did you do anything further on January 4th?
Would have reviewed the notes I had thus far.
Okay. And then what's next in the investigation?
I spoke to Jem the following day.
Okay. So now we're on January 5th.
Yes.
Okay. So walk us through January 5th as far as what you did as the investigation to find Anna Walshe.
I began contacting friends and family, gathering more background information. I created a missing persons bulletin, and I disseminated that to the department internally. I believe it went out on our social media. I sent it to the Mass Fusion Center, the Mass Crime Net, and the South Shore Detectives as a shared distribution list.
And may we have Exhibit 47, the poster? So, sir, this is the poster that you circulated?
Yes.
And I want to ask you about some of the places that you circulated it. You can take it down now, Ms. Gilman. Thank you. You said Fusion? What's that?
The Massachusetts Fusion Center. It's a information sharing system for law enforcement.
And besides them, what other organizations did you share it with?
A Mass Crime Net. It's a distribution list for detectives and investigators.
And then was there a third?
South Shore Detectives.
And so I take it that's just the police departments in the South Shore.
Correct.
So you've circulated the flyer. It's January 5th. Now what are you doing?
I began checking for financial records to see if there are any recent transactions. The phone was pinged the night prior, and we were reviewing the phone location data that day.
Okay. And so you're reviewing phone location data. And in addition to that, do you do anything as far as searching the area that day?
A canine track was conducted in, or excuse me, a area search with a canine was conducted in the house.
Can you tell us?
The rear of the house, excuse me.
The rear of the house. All right. So what's the rear of the house like at 516?
It's wooded. If you go through the woods straight back behind the house, you'll reach another neighborhood.
About how far is it between the two neighborhoods?
Less than a quarter mile.
And how is this area search conducted? You said a canine, but what's that entail?
A canine handler and the dog will do a scent search to see if there's any odors that jump out to the dog, if there's any indication.
Who is the canine handler that worked on this?
Sergeant Reardon.
And what department is he affiliated with?
Cohasset.
And so was anyone else involved in the search at this point in time?
No.
So after the canine search is done, what else do you do on this case on the 5th?
We checked for any Amtrak travel. We had troopers from that are assigned to the Logan Airport check each ticketing agency to see if there's any travel for Anna.
And what did you do as far as checking in with any cab companies or anything like that?
I began calling cab companies from Quincy to Plymouth.
Any other ride shares that you checked on?
We checked with Lyft and Uber to see if there were any pickups in that area of town.
And besides checking with the troopers at Logan Airport and cab companies and ride shares, what else did you do on the 5th?
We requested additional resources.
And who did you request for additional resources from?
My supervisor reached out to the Norfolk County, the troopers assigned to the Norfolk County DA's office.
And did you have the opportunity to meet with any of those troopers on January 5th?
Yes.
About what time did you meet with the troopers on January 5th?
Dun 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 dun. Guess who's entered the chat? Massachusetts State Troopers. Guess who? Fanning is one of them. Spoiler alert. Let's continue. Sorry.
About 5 people was assigned to the Norfolk County DA's office.
And did you have the opportunity to meet with any of those troopers on January 5th?
Yes.
About what time did you meet with the troopers on January 5th?
About 5 p.m.
Where did you meet with them?
Cohasset Police Station.
And who did you meet with?
Trooper Chico and Sergeant Buchanan.
And what did you do when you met with the troopers on the 5th?
I brought them up to speed on the investigation thus far, and we listened to the audio recording of that first interview.
After that was done, did you do anything else besides just reviewing the recording with the troopers?
We went to the house.
About what time do you think you got to the house?
8:30.
And who went to the house?
Myself, Sergeant Hunt, Detective Lieutenant Lopes, Trooper Chico, and Sergeant Buchanan.
Who is Sergeant Hunt?
Cohasset Police Sergeant. He's now retired.
And who is Detective Lieutenant Lopes?
My supervisor.
And the other two were the state troopers.
Correct.
And so who was present at 516 CJC when you arrived on January 5th?
The nanny, Robin Howe, was leaving as we arrived. Present was the defendant, his mother, and his 3 children.
And so what did you do that night as far as dealing with the defendant?
I conducted a second interview.
And who participated with the second interview?
Myself, Sergeant Hunt, Trooper DeChico, and the defendant.
And where did this interview take place?
That same dining room table.
Where was Detective Lieutenant Lopes and Sergeant Buchanan?
They were in the living room on the other side of the staircase.
And who was with them?
The defendant's mother.
And what access did people have to, what access did you have to the living room?
It's an open floor concept, so the only barrier in between those 2 rooms was the staircase.
Now, Your Honor, may I have a moment?
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. That interview on January 5th, was it recorded?
It was.
And have you reviewed that interview?
I have.
And does it fairly and accurately depict the interview you had with the defendant that night and Sergeant Hunt and Trooper Chico?
Yes.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth will seek to enter a drive with the interview from January 5th as the next exhibit, which would be, I believe, 54.
Subject to the earlier objections, any new objections? It'll be marked and admitted as Exhibit 54.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're getting ready for the second interview. Now, remind you who is present. So now MSP troopers are on the case, Chico and Buchanan. By the way, spoiler alert, both of them have been rehomed throughout Norfolk DA's office. They're not there anymore. Why? Well, DeChico made some comments in the Karen Reed case and in some other cases. And so he got booted. And we all know about Buchanan and his part in the Karen Reed trial. And so he got rehomed as well. And then now there are 2 new people from, well, one other new person from the Cohasset police. And so some of them are interviewing Brian in the kitchen, and then some of them are interviewing the mother. And they are delineating, so they show the pictures first. And so they're delineating where Brian was being interviewed and where the mother was being interviewed, because this is where things gonna kind of come into play as to what did the mother know, and now what is Brian saying? We're on January 5th now. So let's see.
Thank you.
Mrs.
Your Honor,
Gilman
with the court's
working her
permission,
magic.
May we play Exhibit 54?
You may.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, could you play the interview from January 5th? Thank you.
Again, I wish this had a video. It's just only audio. It's so terrible. But at least we have an interview.
Is 1956, January the 5th, 2023. We're at, we're home, we're at 516 CJC Highway. My name is Harrison Schmidt, I'm a detective with Cohasset Police. Present is Trooper
Chico, I'm assigned to Northwest DA's office. My name is spelled B-I-C-I-C.
and Sergeant Garrett with Cohasset.
Brian.
Beautiful.
Other.
So I'd just like to circle back to, I'd like to circle back to last weekend. So could you start me with in the morning? So when you woke up, I remember when we talked, I was just going back to my notes and taking everything up. When we talked, I had up until 11. Could you fill me in starting from when you woke up on the first, so Sunday morning?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Baby Brian normally gets out of bed for this, 7 or around 7-ish, so, when it's about light, and then I get up. And then, and sorry.
No.
And then, I get the day going. I'm supposed to change, William and Brian in the morning.
Yep.
I didn't, I'm 50/50, 100%. So we went down and, I made French toast for, when their days off, I made French toast. And, I made French toast. I was expecting to see my mother, and later, so the kids and I played, with all the gifts and things that we had at the house. And, then Robin, showed up at 2. And then, then I had to go out, to get, for low on orange juice and milk and things like that, so I went to Shaw's. And then, I went to, and then I got off a good bit late to go see my mother, and then we went to, Whole Foods and CVS, and then I came back. That was pretty much the whole day.
Okay.
Before that, I listened to the, your interview. That Schmidt, and you said that, I think you said at the beginning that Brian had woken you at about 6 when she was leaving.
She kisses me goodbye normally,
So
yeah.
you did wake up and
I knew, yeah. I mean, I didn't get out of bed or anything. She just said, bye, and I went back to sleep.
okay, no other conversation.
That's pretty much what I had to go to. We've gotten into a routine. I used to get up with her, and then, I would be too, I was too blown up for the kids, so.
Okay, and then, but your son also saw Anna before she left?
Yeah, when I came down, I said, sorry, Mom, I had to go early, and he said, I know, I said, fine.
This is like, 7:30 years old?
Yeah, I came down at 7, he was on the couch playing with his iPad.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's
Fine.
fine. Yeah.
To clear that, because it wasn't kind of completely.
No, I understand, nothing's clear anymore.
Can you tell me what she was wearing? Like when she left, if you remember?
I'm sorry, I really, she never a dress on her, her underwear, I guess her stuff is down here, sometimes she keeps it in her, sometimes, because she's getting herself ready in her underwear normally, so, but I know she always got a black dress normally or something on, that's her standby, or she has one of her flowery dresses, but I don't know what she was wearing that day. I do know that she wore, she had to have worn her short black coat, because I was listening, she wore her hunters, which is odd, normally she wears fancy shoes to leave.
And what color are the boots again?
They're blue gray or something like that.
And the pocketbooks, stuff like that?
Yeah, she had a Louis Vuitton bag,
Yeah.
and then she had her black bag. I think it was Prada one, but she has like 5 or 6 Prada bags.
You're confident that she took that with her, like that hasn't turned up in the
No,
house here?
the only thing that turned up was when we were here last night at Tiffany's sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, she did not take that.
And, were you able to track down where she left those, or where,
Where she left her
it
sunglasses?
was Thomas that found them, right? No, William?
Brian was playing with them. Maybe Thomas found them. I think they were right there because they go in there and start like taking stuff. So.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry if I sidetracked there. Has anything like this ever happened before?
No, it's totally, this is not a normal thing at all. And the reason why I didn't call sooner, one was that when she leaves, if she was coming here and she was 5 minutes late, I would freak out. And the week before, she was late for Christmas because she, as I said, she worked late for December 24th.
Yeah.
So So I was like, are you coming? You're missing. I emailed her and I called people and she's like, hey, I missed the flight. I was canceled. I'm driving up. So I didn't have the phone and she wasn't coming. So I held off. And then I
Okay. This is what's going on. Okay. I pieced something together. He didn't have his phone. That's why that was his excuse as to why he didn't call the police within a matter of days. But he had the other devices and he said that he emailed her. Interesting. That, oy, that still isn't an excuse. A minimum of 2 days. And also, just FYI, why doesn't he sound panicked? Where is she? Where could she be? Where is my wife? She, why is he not panicked, right? Why is he sort of like just ho hum, just kind of telling a story, right? I mean, if my loved one was missing, I would be quite delirious, right? Crying, is hysterical. Where is this person? Where could they be? Trying to help the police find them, calling the police left, right, and center. Where is he? Do you have an update? Blah, 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 blah. So to me, I mean, hello, suspicious. Anyways, I am gonna go back just a little because I'm talking. So just these are the questions I have. I'm sure you have the same ones. Here we go.
I'm becoming missing. I emailed her and I called people and she's like, hey, I missed the flight. I was canceled. I'm driving up. So I didn't have the phone and she wasn't coming. So I held off. And then I should have called work on Tuesday. I don't know.
Go ahead. Sorry. So going back to Sunday, you didn't have your phone for the duration of Sunday, is that correct?
I didn't have the phone was with I think it was in bed the whole time. Because Thomas found it. Robin took his name, he just met, was up there, and then Thomas, I guess, they went in the garbage to report because I guess they brought his phone on his phone away a while ago in the garbage. So they were out in the garbage, and then they came back, and Thomas went upstairs to play with William, and then brought the phone down. And I think Robin was there. So. And then we got a drone for my mother. So, and that's when I called. When I got my phone back, I called. And that's when things I got. Normally not. You can call. It's been a while. That's the last time I know what's going on.
Right.
So I didn't give you the exact what was going on with the emergency. Normally she updates me. She's had several emergencies with the FBI storm crossing at one point. That was her building. Huge leaks in Mazda or TJ Maxx was going to leave, and then there was this kind of resident that she was dealing. So anytime she had one of these big, she debriefs me on it pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay. So then, when was it that you got your phone back?
I called on at like 2:30 or 3:30 on Monday. So it was a Monday.
You said about 2:30 to 3:30?
So yeah, I think it was actually 2:33 because the moment I got it, I called.
2:33.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So then, going back to the morning of the first, so you do French toast. You run some errands, OJ milk.
Yeah, that was later. That was later in the afternoon. And during the morning, it was we had the French toast, and then we played with a bunch of toys from Christmas. They were going to watch a movie and things like that. So.
Okay. So then you went to see your mother?
Yeah, after I left around her 4.
Did you take the boys and go?
No. They stayed with Rob.
They stayed with Rob.
Yeah, they stayed with Rob. But I was considering if Ivana was here, maybe we were all gone, and I was gone, and then some of the things changed, switched up. But we had Robin scheduled for.
Okay. So what vehicle did you drive up?
Did I drive up?
Yeah.
No, I
Oh, okay. Where's that now, if you don't mind me asking?
It's so a bunch of people have come to visit and support, so I couldn't get in, so I parked right out there. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then, so, the pickup truck, who's that?
That belongs to, Rob.
Okay, and then so.
That belongs to my mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we have other cars in here, and then the press, so.
Okay, very good. So how long were you visiting with your mom?
A few hours.
And, what, is she, it's the Swampscott?
Yeah.
Excuse me, address?
330 Paradise Road.
What was that?
Well, I'm doing something.
Okay.
So, sounds like Anna had a really stressful job.
That's true, some people would call them.
Yeah, I bet. Sounds like Anna had a really stressful job.
So, just to be clear, her experience was that she was over her head, as I said, it was the job of her dreams, and she'd gotten like 2 or 3 times the money that she had been making before, and she was worried to a certain extent that she was over her head, and she kept talking about that. And then being away from the family was very difficult too.
Yeah, that's a lot. And what did she do prior to this job?
She worked for Jan, who was here on New Year's Eve.
But what did she?
Yeah, she was his, he runs a real estate company, and she was the operations officer.
So it's just a similar job, just larger scale, more money.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a way larger scale.
Yeah.
Like multi-billion-dollar company, and, it was a lot. It was overwhelming. It was unbelievably overwhelming.
I know that in the previous conversation we had with Detective Schmidt last night, you mentioned the distance, the issues that you're having on your end.
Yeah.
This job, your cost and depression.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, I'm just gonna ask, a pointed question there, is she ever talked about suicide?
Never, no. She never said that. She talked to Jan for an hour and a half. I know you spoke to her about how the year has been and how she was really unhappy.
Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but they asked him if she had ever thought about suicide. So he said, with all the pressures with the job and everything going on, et cetera, blah, 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 has she considered suicide? Again, they have to go, they like have boxes they have to check off, right? Could she have left the country, right? Did somebody kidnap her? Did somebody unalive her? I think they're going to circle back to that. Was she going to commit suicide, etc.? So they're just going through trying. So they did the ancillary things, right? They flagged her passport. They put out a missing persons report. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, like police side, right? And now they're coming back for another interview to see if they can glean some more information from him as to her whereabouts, her state of mind, his state of mind. Again, they're still trying to figure out where is she and did he have something to do with it? So let's continue on. I'm going to back it up a little.
No. She never said that.
All right, I might have been muted. Oh my goodness. Still trying to work these bugs out. I apologize. Okay, so they just asked him whether or not if she was thinking about committing suicide. Remember, they talked about all the stressors that they have going on in their life. She's moving to DC. She's having an affair. The pressures with her job, her mother, him, etc. Could she possibly have committed suicide? So the police are going through checking off boxes. Did she disappear on her own? They're putting out APBs, looking for her, flyers, etc. They're doing their job trying to go down that avenue. Now they're trying to go down, could she have been kidnapped? Could she have been unalived? Could she have been unalived by him? So now they're trying to glean some information from him through a second interview to kind of piece some things together. And this is where consistency matters, right? What you said in that first interview that's been recorded, they're going over this again, and they have notes that they can compare, etc. So we're going to see if we get some more pointed questions. I'm going to back it up just a little so that you aren't upset that I'm talking over this. Let's continue.
She talked to Jen.
I'm just gonna ask, a pointed question there. Is she ever talked about suicide?
No. She never said that. She talked to Jen for an hour and a half. I know you spoke to her about how the year was being, and how she was really unhappy about the trial and things taking, or the court case taking longer, and us not being able to be together. And she kept saying I could come back, and then she's like, well, I can only have 100,000, a smaller job. And I was like, no, we've made these huge sacrifices for you to be there at the townhouse.
Don't forget about Nitty.
She was going to see a psychiatrist when we first actually brought
Yeah.
it out. But I spoke to Jim about it today. He spoke to me back today, and he basically said, hey, it's fine. It doesn't mean there was any problem. She had a problem, and she should do it in a healthy way. So that was his experience.
Okay. So no past thought of it, no past attempts of it.
No past like that. No.
Is the marriage okay? Have you guys talked about separating or?
No, not at all. I mean, we've been separate, so it's been sad for us. We love spending time together, and think about when kids grow up, what time we have together. So during the pandemic, with all the family time best for us, it just wasn't like that. We really enjoyed each other's company. So a friend, my mother was like, what do you think about Anna? And we're good with the friends. It looks like they really enjoy each other's company. I keep bringing that up to her all the time, but that wasn't that wasn't the problem. Also, I mean, there's just the idea of separation for her comes from like a family that her mother and father for 47 years. And for me, coming from a divorce family, not enjoying that was like it just really wasn't. I mean, I don't think so. At least for me, that was my experience. Maybe she wasn't telling us something. What was that possible? But for me, I just couldn't imagine it.
You mentioned that in the past, years ago, you lived together in DC, right?
We lived together, yeah, for a day.
And then there was some problems, like I think 2013, and you came here.
Yeah, I came back to Boston. I was like, DC's not working. And then she, a few months later, she basically said, okay, she came to Boston.
So that was just in like DC?
Yeah, I mean, it was, I guess, no, that's not a fair statement. It wasn't that I didn't like DC, just, it was, maybe I wasn't ready for such a serious relationship at the time, and I was uncomfortable in a new town. So obviously there was more layers to it. And I wasn't used to what a relationship meant. And I was just a solo operator, and now I wasn't, and that was difficult for me. I struggled with that. So I think that was it. And then Anna realized that she wanted to be with me, and then being in Boston was fine. So and then things.
Ms. Gilman, could you pause, please? And for the record, Your Honor, this has been paused at 14 minutes and 33 seconds on the media player.
All right, great. We're going to take our lunch break, and we'll be back at 2 o'clock. Thank you very much.
All right, please. Close your notebooks. Chair.
Okay, sorry about that. My mic was muted. All right, I had to switch to my other headphones because I was having a hard time hearing. Hopefully you're able to hear. So they're pausing for the moment, and I just thought I'd go over a couple of small things. So when they were talking about mental issues, asking about cameras in the house, looked at his camera roll. This is the first interview. He's being very cooperative. That's my notes. The glasses. Ooh. Again, I would love to see what if there was recorded. I wanted to see what his face was like when he saw the glasses. Like, oh shoot, I forgot to get rid of those. But again, if she's like leaving out the door, she just left them behind, right? Did he mean to collect those and put them with the stuff that she'd never leave without her glasses? All right, some other things. Again, we talked about why didn't he go into the attic? That is very, very disturbing for me. They looked in his trunk and they found that there was a plastic sheeting and a maple seedling. So that means that outside debris got into his car. Does that mean anything? I mean, in hindsight, it does, but looking into it at the moment, maybe not. Okay, so the investigation is going on the 5th. They're looking at financial records, pinging her phone. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? Then, let's see. They're searching around the area with a canine in the backyard. Didn't find anything. MSP enters the chat. DeChico and Buchanan now are in the second interview, and half of them are talking to the mother. You can kind of hear that in the background, and the other half are talking to Brian here. Again, we're talking about the missing phone, and okay, so also they're talking about what was she wearing. He said that she had a short black jacket, a pocketbook. So in Boston, I think it's hilarious because I lived in Boston. They call their purses pocketbooks. It's not like your wallet. It's an actual purse. They call the purse a pocketbook. Her Louis Vuitton bag, and maybe her purse was a Prada bag. And again, they talked about the sunglasses. So I found that was very interesting. So they're going over the morning that, quote unquote, she's missing, right? So they are talking about, so Monday the 1st, they're talking about Tuesday the 2nd, I believe. So that's where I'm kind of a little not sure about him running errands and stuff of that nature. Tuesday, he went to do some errands, and I put question mark, is this when he was disposing her body? So we'll kind of we'll revisit that. And then he said he went to go visit his mom in Swampscott. So when they talked about suicide, and they said they were unhappy about his court case. So I kind of went and did some digging about, so this happened in 2023. So the 31st, December 31st was on a Sunday. January 1st was on a Monday. The 2nd was a Tuesday. Wednesday was the 3rd. And the 4th, which is a Thursday, is when he called the police. So she arrived, like Sunday night-ish, approximately. And so she was there Sunday to Monday. And then Monday morning, she supposedly left. So again, I'm trying to get the timelines together for us, etc. So we are at 2 hours right now. And so again, I'm trying to keep things succinct and cut up so that you can watch it in pieces. So it's not overwhelming for a whole gazillion hours worth of stream. So I'm going to stop the stream right now. We are still in, well, it's not just, it's currently, it's still, oh, sorry, I'm turning pages. Who's on the stand? Oh my goodness. I think it's Harrison. Sorry. This was all, oh, I got to do better at this with my notes. Hang on just a second. Okay, right. Okay, so Detective Harrison Schmidt is still on the stand. So we're going to pause right there because they're taking a break. Even though I'm not currently live, I'm kind of going back and streaming this. So I'm going to pause here, upload it so that you have this chunk of time, and then we'll resume with Harrison Schmidt. Harrison Schmidt from Cohasset Police's testimony. So like and subscribe if you want to hear more about this, and I'll do a quick analysis as well. Thank you. Thanks for watching Legalese 123. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe for more content.